Oh my gosh. I've returned and I sound more echoey because the room I'm in, my curtain fell down. Yeah, my curtain fell down, so I'm gonna sound a lot more echoey for a little bit, but it's okay. It's a-okay. Anyways, music. There goes Coffee. I know. Have you guys missed the sound, the sirens of my loving puppers? Right on cue. I know he missed you guys. Everything looks so different. It looks like my actual stream. Come here, Coffee. Sit. Come here. Here, come back. He's just like, where's my treat? Where's the daddy? And I'm just like, you're not getting shit. You're very dying. No! No dying is allowed. I came back home. You guys can't die. Coffee's already screaming at me because I haven't streamed in front of him in so long. So he's just going like, what are you doing, mommy? Why are you ignoring me? And I'm like, I have to work. Hello, hello. But yes, I am back from the freedoms of the land. Let me try to bribe him with fish. I'll be one sec. I separated my shoulder super bad, just damn. Bunny has been moved downstairs. Aww. Tell the bunny to move back upstairs. No, I know. You are moving your bunny around to a different room because you're switching rooms too. Okay, what do you want, Coffee? Chewing sticks, so now he's like running around looking for fishy snacks. But his fishy snacks are with my parents, because my family, they just brought him over and like, here's his meds, bye. They didn't give me, and they actually gave me some more kibbles because he ran out of kibble because I wasn't planning on staying in Freedom Land that long, so he ran out of kibble, so they bought him a new kibble. But Coffee, what is it? Gosh, let me just grab him. What do you want, Stinky? Hey, you're gonna have to hear his grumbling in the background because I do not have his chewing sticks anymore. So he's gonna have to sit with me. Nice view tour fit. Thank you. Anyway, sorry for running after my son. For people who don't know, who joined me actually, during the time I was in Freedom Land. This might be the first time you're hearing Coffee, actually. If you don't know, Coffee is my Pomeranian. He is my special little man, my little boy. But he's annoying as fuck. We love him regardless. But he's here to stay. Oh shit! Wait, can you guys hear me? Oh, you guys can't hear me, right? Okay, I can't hear anything. So I'm gonna plug and re-plug in my cause I forgot. I have to do that sometimes. One sec. Actually, I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, I think now it's better, much better. Just like my fur baby, yeah. Gosh, I forgot how loud things are on my headphones. I'm not used to how loud things are. Yeah, my home setup is like, I have to get reused to it because I haven't been on my setup like this in the past 2 months, actually, for anyone that's kind of coming on in. I am back in Maple Land, so It's my preferred setup, but it's like, you know, getting used to the thing. Your pup is going crazy. Is your pup as crazy as my pup? He's an 8-year-old old man baby. But I love him regardless. Even though I did abandon him when he got sick a little bit. He had an ear infection when I left, and I felt like a terrible parent. We just got home. Nice. But yes, Coffee is a little rascal. He hasn't had a bath in he hasn't had a big bath in like 2 months. So guess who's gonna get a bath after this stream? This little stinker right here. Can you snort for everybody? No, you're not gonna snort? He's just looking at me like I'm a weirdo. What am I doing? But at least I'm interacting with him and petting him and giving him all the belly rubs and stuff like that. He's not actually a belly rub or a cuddler of a type of dog because he's a Pomeranian. He just prefers to be like paid attention to, if anything. But yes, I love him so much. He is a shining star of my life, even if he is the most brattiest little Pomeranian you could ever meet. But I love him so much. And if anything ever happened to you, I will murder. Right? Right. But anyways, you guys aren't just here to see hear Coffee snort in the background. You're also here to talk about my my trip in Freedom Land, because it's been so long. It really has been. For anyone, again, I keep saying this for anyone who doesn't know. But you might not know, because you're thinking like, oh man, Munii, your setup looks so different. Why does it look so different? This is my real setup for anyone that joined us while I was in the States. I'm back on my PC. I'm no longer on my travel laptop with minimal setup and just like, you know, stuff like that. We actually have music. And yeah, I'm gonna have an annoying little bugger, and also all my redeems are gonna finally work for anybody that is Trip Talk, yeah. So, but you're also probably wondering, how come I have like a drawing thing? Well, I don't know about any of you, but I'm a bit of a visual person. So, I may or may not be drawing some of my trip, because there are some funny things that happened during my time in Freedom Land, and also oh god, how long are your nails? During my trip in Freedom Land, and also my trip in Toronto, because that was my first time going to Anime North, if I had to be completely honest. I've never been to a convention on the East Coast in Canada. Despite being a long-time con goer, at least like back in the day, but you know, even then I didn't really like travel too much for conventions. I've only like, I went to a couple like American ones. Like I've been to ALA before, but that was only like one time back when it was in Ontario. Back when it was in Ontario, California. For anyone who knows where that is, right? Hi, Golden, welcome in. And then there's also, there was also SakuraCon. I've been to KumoriCon before, too. I've been to Anime NYC before, as well. I wish to sleep for 5 years. I think we all wish to sleep for 5 years. But yeah, like, I haven't been to that many conventions. But regardless, Anime North was quite fun, for me at least. I wouldn't like, so what's up, man? What's going on? We're talking about my trip from Freedom Land to Toronto, cause, okay. Let me see, can I draw still? No, this is the wrong thing. I'm gonna just go here. Why am I drawing in white? That doesn't make sense. It's been a while since I actually drew anything. But yeah, unfortunately, Bart and I are kind of, we're doing our, not, like, Bart is, in Freedom Land currently, so you won't be hearing the Cappy Man, sadly. But it's okay, we have coffee. We have coffee and he's just as big. It's so weird not having Bart around because, like, okay, it's kind of maybe it sounds sad to say. That's the longest amount of time we've had together, in a while. Hello. I'm trying to think where I should start with talking about. Should I start all the way back in CarrierCon, actually? Like, I don't think I've really covered CarrierCon. Like, I didn't really do a proper CarrierCon recap either. But I kind of want to I want to focus more on Anime North because that's a little bit more what I remember, if that makes sense. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. But I guess I could do a, like, kind of recap for CarrierCon, I guess, right? Because that was, like, almost how long ago was that? 2 months ago? No, it wasn't 2 months ago. Was it 2 months ago? Oh my god. Because it left in March. Oh my god, that was 2 months ago. Shit. King and Dino, thank you for the sub on YouTube's. Are you drawing? I am drawing. I'm drawing my trip. It's more of doodles. It's less of a, you know, it's not going to be all, like, fancy drawings where it's just going to be like, you know, you go that and then you go like that. And it's like, oh man, so a professional, Munii. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm a professional drawer. It's going to be more of a, be more like this, right? And that's how we ball in, right, today. This is where you guys are gonna find out I hate drawing my own VTuber. Cause it's up all the bits it has, but yeah. So this is the kind of style we're gonna be aiming for. We're not gonna be like all like that. My patience is not going to be like that because I'm like that. So like this is just to help with the representation. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cute. I'm gonna work on some music. Hope you've been here well. Fantastic. Have a fantastic stream. Also, no worries, Golden. I have a good time working on music. Okay. So, for anybody who doesn't know why I was in Freedom Land, the land of the free. Caca! Wait, that's a crow. Okay, anyways, if you didn't know, I'm from the West Coast. Vaguely, like, West Coast of between Canada and Canada. Oh god, this is gonna be like, how does anybody remember the shape of Canada? No. So this is that Alaska. Then they have the Hudson River. Something like that. Something vaguely like that. Like this is Canada with all their little things. And then also here is America and then Mexico, right? So I did not draw this correctly, but you guys get the picture. Canada, America, right? So, and you also have a bit here, right? Okay. Rough illustration. Definitely not accurate. Yours are very good. Thank you. So, I had to travel all the way to Alameda, California, somewhere over here, to go to CarrierCon. For anyone who doesn't know what CarrierCon is a convention that is on the USS Hornet. The reason why I'm gonna go. Bye. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you. And for anyone who doesn't know why I had to go to Alameda, California, well, I didn't have to, but why I was requested to go to Alameda, California, is because I work for an agency called V Fleet, not to be mistaken with V Feet, and I am the tech producer for them. So, CarrierCon is, I should say CarrierCon is our home convention. Quote unquote home convention. I'm gonna do that. So it's not where all the VTubers are, obviously. That doesn't make sense, but it's where VFleet started. It was where the inspiration for it. And so CarrierCon holds a very special place in Bossman's heart, because of how big, or because of all the things that were kind of going on in the background. He told me, or not told me, he requested that that I come by to help out, and I said, okay, I will come by and help out. So that's why I was in Alameda, California for the weekend, actually. And I figured that, oh, since I'm gonna go to Alameda, I'll travel over, like, after CarrierCon, I'm gonna go travel eastward to go visit Bart's family. And then afterwards we were gonna go up north to, like, Toronto for Anime North. But that wasn't actually the plan, to, like, go to Anime North. We didn't decide to go to Anime North till a little bit later. And I'll kind of explain why and how that kind of happened, but basically the original plan was go go to Alameda, go to Cappy Town, and then go back to Bounty Hunterville after, like, a month of being away. And then it ended up being, no, Munii, you're gonna go to Alameda, then you're gonna go to Cappy Town, then you're gonna go to Toronto for Anime North, and then you're gonna go see your son. So that's kind of what was going on in terms of, like, where I was for the past 2 months. And granted, a lot of you still came by the stream despite me not being at my absolute best in terms of what the stream was looking like, and I do apologize. That I should have probably thought a little bit more thoroughly about what I wanted the travel stream to go, how I wanted it to look. But there's a reason why it didn't look anything like my usual stream, because I actually, if you know me, I actually did prepare to actually have a lot of my stuff with me during this entire trip, because I was going, like, you know, I'm still going to stream when I'm in Cappy Town. So why am I bringing this up? Well, the night before I was leaving for Alameda, I have a small hard drive that has all my shit in it. Or is it like external hard drive? External hard drive, that's the correct word I'm looking for. So I have an external hard drive, and it's pink, it's cute, and it's like, yeah, I love it. I love my external hard drive. External hard drive. It had everything I needed. Had everything for my stream. Had all the stuff. And I was gonna be like, yeah, I'm so good. It had my backdrops. It had my thumbnails. Professional streamer, you know, had everything I needed. I even had some, like, videos I was gonna plan on editing. It really had everything that, like, videos, thumbnails, and backgrounds. Oh, it also had my music. Because if you notice, my music wasn't on there. Music. So all that was in here. and I prepared it all, and I was just like, oh, I'm so good, I'm so prepared, I'm gonna be the best streamer ever. And then what happened? Well, as soon as I sat down on the plane, like, Bart and I had to leave early in the morning. So this is me. I turned to Bard on the plane. So just imagine. And then Bard's over here. Why isn't he looking at me? I don't know. This is Bard, okay? So we're on the plane. Here's the window. I look at Bard and I'm like, oh gosh, I want to do this, like that thing, where like they move the mouse. Sorry, I'm overcomplicating this a little bit. Okay. Transform. It's gonna be like that. I was just like, hey Bard, I forgot the hard drive. And then Bard was like, gosh, this is so jank, but it's funny that I was able to do it. I'm very happy. If anything, Bart was like, "Oh shit, oh shit, where's the thing? Oh shit, you forgot half of your shit. You forgot like all your streaming stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, I did." So, we were already on an airplane. It was too late. I couldn't go back to our condo to go get it, so we're like, well, we'll just make it work. So we go to Alameda. We see the giant ship, the giant carrier. I can't draw carriers to save my life, but like Bart and I were just like, whoa, it's huge. Whoa, it's huge. That's us. We're like, whoa. And like, cause like the convention is on the ship. Convention. God, my spelling is terrible, but you're gonna have to deal. So yeah, we got to go on a ship. We got to go on a carrier. And then it was like, wow, so amazing, right? So amazing. Good job, right? But we weren't just there for just going to the convention. Actually, Bard was there because he was selling his art. And also my art too, but mostly his art. It was a very janky table, but you know, he sold some prints, and if you don't know, our brand is Cappy Buds. That is our artist table. So yeah, if you ever see us at future conventions, maybe we'll be there. We'll try to update. We're very bad at advertising ourselves. I will say that. We are extremely bad at advertising ourselves. But yeah, like Bard was, we had an art table and Bard was selling there. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I'm working the convention. I'm working it because I was asked to. and I wore a little like office lady outfit because Bossman said I wasn't allowed to cosplay. Well, he didn't say I wasn't allowed to. He just said like he would prefer people not to cosplay. So I had to look like an office lady. I didn't have to. I chose to. But still, you know, like I want you guys to feel pity for me. So you guys are gonna be like, oh, poor Munii. She was forced to dress as an office lady and not have a fun cosplay. Yes, that I suffered. I feel the sadness. Hello, Valeria. How are you? But yeah. So I was helping out with I'm gonna just look progressively worse as I do this, but I end up I end up helping out a lot with like well, before the convention, I was helping out a lot with like coordinating guests, helping that. Well, not like super coordinating. I was like kind of like, prior to the convention, I was like a lot of like the liaisons, like the talent liaison. I think that's the correct word. So like I would like send people messages, like going like, "Hua, like please respond to me," like because we needed that. But I also like had to help V-Fleet with their booth a little bit because like, you know, we also had a booth, so I helped people over there. And actually, SVA, Socks Agency, was also there. I didn't really talk that much with Socks, or rather with Flork, but their team was there. And I got to see their lovely talents and managers and staff. I didn't get to talk to most of them. I think I mostly talked to the staff, actually, more than the talents. Very friendly. And then I also got to talk to... I'm not sure who on we illustrated, but I also talked to Yoe from Aegis. I spelled it wrong already. Aegis Link. So like, you know, I helped out with that. I also got to meet Admiral. Admiral is very tall. I'm just very short. But the team of V-Fleet, not everyone has an official design, so I'm just gonna do that. So I was helping everybody out with that. I also met a lot of different talents as well. Munii Adventures, yes, that's essentially what happened. I helped with like SVA, Aegis Link, V-Fleet. I helped a lot of talents. And it was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. It was a rough 3 days. Part of the difficulties of working on an old ship is that shit happens. For example, like the internet was not very good. We made do with what we could do, but you know how always at convention internet is always the worst internet you're ever going to experience because everybody wants to be online. But also, at one point, I think because of how much internet was being used, I think like one of the wires got burnt out or something like a circuit got burnt out because of how much was being used. So that made a bit of a disaster. You're amazing, Sarah. You're beautiful on the inside and outside. Such a wonderful personality. I'm proud of all the hard work you have put in. You deserve all the amazing blessings, and I remember to self-care, not to push yourself too hard. All the love and support to you. Thank you, Pumpkin, and of course, always, know you. So yeah, this is kind of what happened. Like I would take the support. I take it, but I also give it back to you. So basically, I felt really bad during CarrierCon because I was originally supposed to be working more of the more with all the guests, not just like SVA or Aegis Link, because like at the end of the day, what was it like? The many guests and people made their time to come, so like I was supposed to help out with that, but I didn't end up helping with that because I was actually stuck. Okay, so if we were like to have a map actually of CarrierCon, I'm not including the downstairs portion. This is where V Fleet, SVA. There's a big screen here, and then Aegis is here, and then we had Kawa over here, and then the entrance is actually over here too. People enter through there, and then like all the different like things were here. Here's Artist Alley over here, and then the stage performance over here. Big stage. So like this is kind of, and then there was like the lower levels and of course like the other kind of like smaller events going on as well. But for me in particular, right? I was supposed to be like kind of going like all around the convention. That's where I was supposed to go. Where it really was is I was over here, like majority of the time. Majority of the time, and like I kind of felt guilty, but like as I was talking to the people who like the other volunteers of CarrierCon, they were like, no, because I was focused on this area, they were able to focus on the rest of the convention. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like they had their own like this corner had like their own staff member kind of like helping them manage and like fix problems and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's kind of what I ended up doing. Oh, Coffee, you're like, I don't want to be brushed. You have to be brushed. Gosh. Cause you're fiddling around too much, so I'm gonna brush you since you're being a brat. So yeah, like that's what I was doing for majority of CarrierCon. It was very exhausting. I wanted to cry at one point because I was really tired, but we made it work. And yeah, that was CarrierCon. It was a lot of like, there are a lot of improvements we could make if we continue like focusing a lot of energy onto CarrierCon. But we'll see. We'll 100% see because it's kind of up. I know that like for Bart had a very different experience. I know Bart talked about it on his stream, so I'm not gonna reiterate too much about what his experience was like because he had a better time than I did, honestly. So, and he also covered it on another stream, so we're not going to kind of like talk about that too much. So after going to thinking I me, after all that, right? Because you're probably going like, Munii, weren't you going to talk about like Anime North? Isn't that the main discussion? That is the main discussion. But kind of like getting there was kind of difficult. Because even though I was already in like, I was just across the border technically from Ontario. Or no, where were we? I don't know where we are exactly in the States. But we're on the East Coast, right? So even though the flight isn't that long from where I had to go to technically, like I didn't know I was going until like maybe 1 week before my original flight back, because originally the original time I was supposed to be back in Maple Land was I was going to be back here on May 4th. I was going to go back May 4th. But I returned back home yesterday, May 25th. So know this. like this. But when did we decide to switch over to that? We decided to change my flight maybe like the 25th or the 18th. Luckily, Bard luckily Bard bought a refundable ticket because he learned from Air Canada situation, but so we were able to not experience any losses regarding this necessarily. But yeah, I had to fly to Anime North, and instead of seeing my doggo in almost like 2 weeks, so it was okay. We made it work, and Bard actually, because there was a sweet deal, because Admiral, when he was talking to me about going to Anime North, he was just like, Munii, can you go to Anime North? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, I kind of want to see. I was like, let me actually, you know, I'm gonna draw Admiral. Let me just. Let me just draw it a little bit better, because I'm not drawing enough. Here. So, basically, Boss Man was just like... Control T, there we go. Okay, now we can recreate the moment. Hey, gosh, wrong thing. Hey, Munii, do you want to go to Carrier Con? Not Carrier. Hey, Munii, do you want to go to Anime North? I don't really know if I want to go to Anime North. I kind of want to go home to my dog. How about we sweeten the deal and, your husband can, art table there. Because, like, you know, he's on a lot of music videos for us and everything. So, you know, it'd be kind of cool. Like, we could sponsor your husband, technically, to, like, be at the art table. And I thought about it. I really thought about it. And I asked Bard, I'm like, hey, Bard, do you want to do it? And Bard was like, well, why not? So that's also the reason why not. There's something wrong with that, bro. What's wrong with that? Is his mouth okay? But yeah. So, Bard and I were just like, okay. We're like, okay. I guess. We're like, I guess we're going to Canada. Because you wanna know why we also agreed why we're gonna go? Like, despite, like, we didn't sell out of any of our products necessarily, but why did we decide to go even though we aren't at, like, full stock? Because half of our stock is in Canada. Well, little did you know, chat. If you didn't see on Bard's streams lately, Bard bought a new printer. Yeah, he bought a fancy new printer. So he could print all of his stuff now. All fancy. So sparkly, so new. I think it's an Epson Eco Tank. So now he can print his Degenerate. See? Yes, he can. He can officially print it. And Aluria, if we're ever at the same convention, technically, we can print your print too for you in person. Well, not in person, but we can pass you our IRL version of the print. Eco Tank, yeah. So Bard's been learning how to take care of it, and he really likes it. So we refilled on some prints. We worked on some postcards, and Bard was all excited and prepared, and now he's like talking about doing like, oh, come on, but thank you. My name smells like printer ink, but that's okay. Yeah, he's thinking about making like bookmarks next. But yeah, like, so Bard's all excited with his new printer, and he likes the paper more than what we got at, because we used Jukebox for quite some time. That fresh inky smell, yeah. So, like, prints, postcards. We thought about doing stickers. But we don't want to buy another, a silhouette or a cricket right now to cut all the stickers. So we held off on printing stickers, but it is a possibility to print stickers. Cause like, and you know how Bard sold it to me? He's like, Munii, we're gonna save so much money. We're gonna save so much money on printing now because we can print it at home. We don't have to go order from Jukebox anymore. Like, each print costs only this much money. Our profit margins are gonna pay for itself. Don't worry, Munii. And I was just like, okay, Bard. Okay. So he was excited to have a brand new toy, which was a printer. Can you understand how excited he is about it? The savings. Exactly, right? That Coffee's probably sitting there going like, that money could be used for me and my nom noms, but Daddy used it for a printer instead. The Coffee, the printer can one day pay for itself so you can get more nom noms. But yeah, it's one of those like big investments, but huge savings in the future the more you use it. And Bard has been happily using it despite some of the testings he had to do for it. But yeah, he's really enjoyed using the printer. So along with that, what else? We also had to. So what was it? We also bought another suitcase. So we bought a new suitcase because, as it turns out, the way we were doing it, even though it was a big cost to buy a new suitcase. I can spell perfectly. I don't remember the design of the like new suitcase, right? We also had to buy something else that was quite expensive, which was this Solus Wi-Fi puck. Why did we have to buy a Wi-Fi puck? Like, don't we already have? Because for anyone that's curious, we already had a Wi-Fi puck. Actually, it was this Solus one. I'm not sure. If you guys have used a Wi-Fi puck before, it's more commonly used when you're traveling. If you don't get like say like an eSIM, but our old Wi-Fi puck only used 4G Wi-Fi, right? So if you know, you know. And because I'm not sure how expensive the internet was per day, if it was per day or for the entire convention. It was just too expensive. I'm gonna be very honest and say that V Fleet is very we're not the most we don't have the most money in the industry. We are very much like humble agency. So the fact that it was going to cost us like an arm and leg just to have wired internet, we decided to be all like, what if we use a Wi-Fi puck? The problem with that is that the Wi-Fi pucks are not always the most reliable. They can get the job done when you're traveling, but when you're in a convention hall with like thousands of people, the internet's gonna get really, really bad. But how Wi-Fi pucks work is essentially they grab like they have deals with other providers around the world. And so they can grab whatever internet is the strongest at the time, so that you, the person who is tethering from this device, can get still have internet. So why isn't I had a mini heart attack? Why'd you have a mini heart attack? So why isn't the 4G old Wi-Fi puck good enough? Well, as Bard would explain it, 4G is like driving on like a two-way street, like goes this way, right? In terms of a highway, right? And so if it's one road going in one direction each, it's like, it's not the fastest, but it can get the job done, right? You know what I mean? Saw a spider like an inch from my face. It was about half my piggy. Dang, what kind of spider is that? So you're probably thinking like, oh yeah, that probably is shitty, especially if like there's a bunch of people on this internet. So 4G is not going to cut it. So that's why we had to buy a new Wi-Fi puck, which has 5G and maybe 6G possibilities. 6G. Anyways, the 5G is more important because now instead of just doing one way, both ways, we got multiple different routes to take, right? Little Miss, we should be grateful that it was in my room and not my sister's, because I took a pill outside and shook it off. My sister would have screamed and called grandma to kill. Ah, I see. Oh, bugs. You would eat the bug? Would you eat the bug, Coffee? You're sneezing all over me. You having fun? You're just listening to mommy yammer on and on? Yeah? You too warm? Yeah? But yeah, so we had to get a new Wi-Fi puck, basically. And this ended up being a very good investment, but, it wasn't perfect, I would say that. Like, we had a couple of, struggles, and we had to reset the router, especially on Saturday. But overall, we wouldn't have been able to run what we were able to run at the convention, if we had just stuck to this puck. If that makes sense. So this was very much a necessity. This here, necessity. It was a big need. Because we wouldn't be able to run with stuff. So, so those were like I want to say 3 major purchases that we made before Anime North. Though I don't think Bar was planning on using the printer for Anime North, because that was kind of unrelated. But the suitcase and the Wi-Fi puck were a brand new purchase that we kind of made. That was kind of triggered because of Anime North. But it ended up working out because the suitcase, buying another suitcase in the long run, actually saves us money than paying the overweight fee for the suitcase. So there's that. And the Wi-Fi puck we can take anywhere. And hello, Juice Belmont, welcome in. And yeah, it's like they're really useful stuff. So overall, they were good investments. Now, I can kind of talk about the actual trip at Anime North, right, Coffee? Can I talk about it? Can I talk about it, Mr. Stinky? Can I talk about it, Mr. Stinky? Gosh, I need to give you a bath desperately. Yeah, you need a bath, you're stinky. So, Bard and I made the wise decision to get a flight into Toronto very early. We got a flight at 6:59 a.m. to land in Toronto. Which means we had to be at the airport or leave for the airport at least 3 a.m. to go to the airport to then land in Toronto. Because the reason why I didn't want to do it like in the middle of the day, because I felt it was going to be too busy. I don't like I'm the type of flyer that's like you get the early flight or the late flight. I don't like going in the middle of the day. The problem. Why was there a bit of a problem? Well, other than like we were like so tired, like going to the airport with all of our luggage. And like getting all our stuff. Like why are we sad? Because there was nothing open. Everything was closed. There was no food places, no food. No food. Until like maybe like 5 a.m. No, not even 5 a.m. Like more like closer to 6 a.m. honestly. Like they didn't open till 6 a.m. And we had to wait. Cause like I don't know why. They're like, oh yeah, we open early for like some stuff, but they didn't open early, so we're like, fuck, I guess we're gonna be hungry. But luckily we were to get some food before we got into our flight. And then we flew, and then we were the flight was good, actually. It was quite good. It was a very short flight, so we didn't have to worry too much. And then we got picked up by our contact for Anime North. They didn't know where we were. We didn't know where they were. The airport at Toronto was very difficult to kind of figure out. Not difficult. It was kind of difficult. Apparently they have multiple different like floors and stuff like that. But it's okay. We managed to find our contact for Anime North. AN, right? I don't know if they want me to say their name, so I'm not gonna say their name. So we found them. A couple other staff as well. And what ended up happening was they took us. Well, first I was just like, hey, can we like maybe like drop off like the stuff at the hotel? I heard stories about Toronto Airport. I think there's multiple ones. I think we went to the. Which one did we go to? YZ something. Toronto Airport. I remember. Not the one on the island. The one that was closest to Anime North, if I remember correctly. YYZ or something like that. Yeah, so we went to YYZ. But because like the thing is like the reason why we're like, hey, I was just like, hey, I know our rooms aren't going to be ready for a while, but can we go to our hotel? And they're like, oh, why? Well, between Bart and I, because I had to pack to go back to Bounty Hunterville to the West Coast, and Bart was going back to Capybara town. We had multiple different suitcases. I had one big suitcase, a duffel bag, and also my purse. Whereas Bart had 2 large suitcases, 1 small rolly suitcase, and his backpack. So we're like, yeah, we kind of want to go like to the hotel. And they're like, I don't know if you can go to the hotel, like, and drop off your stuff. And I'm like, going, of course you can go to the hotel and just drop off your stuff. Like, what hotel doesn't do that? So we went to the hotel first, and yes, we were able to drop off our stuff. That's what happens when you're a frequent traveler. You know what you can and can't do. It's very, very fast, right? And then they took us to Costco. Where, Bard, and I were like, oh yeah, Costco. It reminded me of my home one. Bard was like, wow. We can go get water and stuff and supplies. Like, we went to Costco and we picked up our supplies. We had water. I had my friends take my stuff while I went to the con before. Yeah, and we went to go get us like water. We got sparkling water because we like that fruity sparkling water stuff you can get at Costco. We got granola bars. Specifically, what brand was it? Made Good. The organic chewy granola bar with chocolate chips. Those are really tasty. Bart and I highly recommend. We also got what did we get? We got I learned from Bard that in Freedom Land, you guys, at least in some places, you guys don't have chicken tenders. So I got chicken tenders and fries. I had a few the entire weekend. Yeah, and so I got chicken tenders and fries. Bar got the classic hot dog. That's technically, I feel like it's technically cheaper in Maple Land because yeah. And we also got a cookie. We got the cookies. Are you a cookie? And you got the basic stuff. We didn't want to buy too much because we were only there for the weekend anyways. Like we got there on Thursday, I believe. Yeah, we got there on Thursday. So we didn't want to overdo some stuff, right? So yeah, we went and did that. And then I think it was getting closer to check-in time. I think like we had to like, I don't know, like I think we went, I'm not sure if we went out to lunch. We almost went out to lunch. We were kind of like, cause like we were basically attached to one of the staff members who invited us. Bart and I kind of were like along for the ride for a lot of it. We also had to get like signage for V Fleet that Admiral sent over. But yeah, Bart and I were kind of like stuck with staff member for most of the day because our hotel room wasn't going to be open ready till like 3 p.m. and we had arrived there around like, I want to say like 9 a.m. maybe, right? So that's a lot of time to kill. So the Anime North Stars were really friendly, and they try to make sure that we were comfortable and everything. But so like we had to wait till our hotel room was ready, and then what ended up happening was we got the package that Admiral sent for the signage, and at this moment of time, I'm gonna be so real, we had no idea what our booth was gonna look like. Because like all we were told is that for Munii's list of duties, Munii had to set up, meet, and greet, right? That's one, right? Set up booth. Make sure we had Wi-Fi. Those were the 3 duties I had to do. Bard kind of had a shared responsibility with this too, because he has to do artist table now. And that was it. Right? So these were like kind of like the key things we had to get done. But you would think that, oh, you probably could get ready on Thursday and it'd be not a big deal. Nope. We couldn't go to the convention center. We couldn't go to the convention center on Thursday. We had to go like Thursday. No set up for vendors. You're thinking, what? What do you mean there's no setup for vendors? You had to go on Friday. Because the convention opens at 5 fucking p.m. You have from, I want to say 12, it was probably like, earliest was like 10 a.m. to 4:59 p.m. was all setup time. So that's why we weren't at the convention center setting up at all. Because some people might be like, oh, just go to the convention center, just set up and kill time that way. We weren't allowed. Okay, so, when we went to, what did we do? We got the stuff, and by the time we got the stuff, it meant that we could go to the hotel and rest and take a nap. What am I drawing? I'm just trying to think what I want to visually draw. So like Bart and I were like, oh yeah, we get 2 beds. We don't have to share a bed. We're cool. But cool. We can live the best life as a married couple with separate beds, because apparently some people were like that. But hello. But before we decided to take our nap on one of our 2 beds, right, that we had in the hotel. Here's the wall. Actually, I probably should have drawn that a bit better. Let's move this up here, right? So this is the room, right? I was like, you know what? I should check what signage Boss Man sent me, because we have to figure out our layout for Anime North. So I opened the box, and inside, if you didn't see from our photos, were 2 table-sized signs that said V-Fleet. Project ×2. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was not happy. Cause like, the thing is that, budgets, right? But I wish he'd have told me, cause like, the thing is that Bard and I were like, he could have told us and we could have printed some nicer stuff, but it's okay. It's okay. We're like, we'll make it work. So we had to like really like draw on our iPad, like, well, my iPad, like what we can do. Cause we're like, oh, do we have like a tablecloth large enough for like the table space? Cause we weren't really told like the dimensions for everything. So we ended up like doodling something like this, like trying to think, okay, we're gonna have like the TV here. We're gonna have the art stuff like over here, like, and then we're gonna have like other stuff here on the table to kind of like make it like, and then that, and then we're gonna put the we'll figure out where to we'll put the signs here maybe, like for the booth, and then we'll have like, I don't know where, because we also were borrowing a PC from Stoneforge. Shout out to Stoneforge for being like such MVPs there. We were gonna hook it all up, and we also had a panel on Friday that I had to host, actually. So we also had to bring up my laptop, or rather our streaming laptop, so we could do the panel as well. So we had a very bare bone kind of crew, but we kind of were like, okay, do you think we can make this work? We're like, yeah, we can make this work. Okay. So we had a visual plan. We were tired, and part of us didn't want to be there, but we're like, you know what, we'll make it work. So, on Thursday night, after we finished planning and woke up from our nap, we were getting ready. We were invited to go to like a kind of like an industry dinner, and we got Korean chicken, so it was really tasty. But we also got to get to know some other people and guests who were invited to come as well, and we got to meet a couple of other people. I want to make sure I draw them accurately, so I'm gonna look up their usernames. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Let me go to my profile so I can find them. Okay. So we end up like getting into the car with well, first okay, I'm gonna actually draw this out a little bit. Okay, so we were in the car. No, this is terrible. Okay. So Bart and I actually were in the car first, so we were like, okay, we'll sit in the back and be cool. We'll be back here. I'm drawing myself terribly, but it's okay. So we're in the back seat. And then there's a seat over here. Where we ended up meeting Coat Van, who is a voice actor VTuber with a very nice deep voice. And also the correct opinion on which Love Live Coat Fun, who had the correct opinion on Love Livers and Love Livers, and then we also had Iris over here, who is a very talented singer as well. Your drawings are perfect, Annabelle. Hi, Shy, how are you? I'm trying to, like... I can't, like, doodle very well sometimes. Flower. Iris is over here. Iris is very sweet. This one is Iris. Iris Yan, I believe. Yeah, Iris Yan. So they were in front of us in the car. And then in front of them was Mosabox. Mosabox, Mosabox is over here, and then we had an AN staff member, and we all went to dinner to go eat Korean chicken. I'm very sorry, Iris, I did not draw you properly, or do you just? Doing well. I love hearing convention adventures. Yeah. Unexpected convention adventures. But yes, we did that. And we got to chat a lot with Code and Virus. Cody or Code. I should have asked how to properly enunciate his username, but they were very friendly, very nice to us as well. Like we all got along very well. Yes, we all got along very well. I didn't talk that much with Mosabox, but if you are kind of curious who Mosabox is a merchandising company. So definitely check them out for some of their for their if you're especially if you're interested in some VTubers, you definitely can check them out as well. But yeah, like this is kind of the placement of the car, and then we actually ended up having Iris and Coat were sitting across from us because, like, you know, as it turns out, they're also from Freedom Land, so like we could like we were just like chatting a lot about stuff. I really like them. Like and like, you know, they also had a panel, I believe, but I believe their panel unfortunately didn't work out. But it's okay because they can still come to AN. So they're like, yeah. Ugh. I swear I can draw better than this. That I was also trying to encourage Coat to do some more fan service, because, like, you know, male VTubers need to do more fan service, like wear maid uniforms and everything. Talking to them like that. But this isn't the only reason why I'm bringing up, like, the dinner, because you're probably going like, oh wow, like, you talked a lot about, like, and stuff, and like had fun. But what else, like, did you talk about? We talked about well, no, what else did we talk about? Well, we talked about, like, you know, like life and, like, you know, being like a bunch of like anime stuff. But I do want to mention this one thing, because this is something that's a little bit embarrassing that happened. That I kind of had a moment of like, huh, right? Because when we actually first got to the restaurant, when I first went to the restaurant, I noticed somebody was there at the restaurant. And it's somebody that I met at CarrierCon, but not really met at CarrierCon. That's the thing. But I recognized them. Because I was like, oh, I recognize this streamer. I think I recognize this person, but I don't know if it's actually them. Because okay, so I'm gonna finish drawing her out a little bit. The reason why I didn't want to, I'm gonna say this very delicately, because it's what's funny in my head. I'm not sure if that's right. Okay, so at the dinner, what ended up happening was I noticed someone's hair. And I was just like, wow, that hair looks vaguely familiar. Why does it look so familiar? I'm like, I think it's because this is someone from SVA. I was just like, but I don't want to. I'm just saying, like, going like, I don't want to just assume that, like, this Manhattan looking woman is from SVA. I like that seems like awfully rude and presumptuous of me to just assume that they are that person. I'm like, but should I ask them? Like, should I ask them, like, hey, are you from SVA? Are you, like, just to kind of, like, cause you look so familiar. And I was just like, no, Munii, don't do that. That's rude. You shouldn't just assume that somebody in a straitjacket and white hair is from SVA. That that could be anybody. That doesn't prove anything. That doesn't mean that they are from SVA or or that they may or may not be one of the members of SVA. You're crazy. Yeah, the outfit wasn't very specific at all. Yeah, the hair and the outfit wasn't specific at all. Exactly. Meanwhile, like, so I didn't. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Meanwhile, so because I'm so awkward, I'm just like, you know what? I don't know if that's them, but I'm just going to walk away. I'm just gonna walk away to the other table. Because I'm like, don't make things awkward, Mooney. Don't make things awkward. Don't ask the other part of SVA, because that's rude as fuck. Meanwhile, as it turns out, it was Camisole. It was Camisole, and she also apparently had a very similar mind where she was just like, that purple-haired motherfucker looks familiar. Like, is she from V-Fleet? Like, she was also kind of like, I think that's one of the staff members. I don't remember. And then and she's like, you know what? I'm not gonna ask either. That would be awkward and rude. So she also was like, we both literally did the whole I recognize this person. I'm not gonna ask because that seems rude, and so we're just gonna be quiet. And as it turns out, Cami saw my post on Twitter later that night, and she's like, "Oh shit, it was her." And she was like, I'm going to message, because Kami is very kind. And she was just like, "Oh shit, that also awkward woman it was Munii, so I'm going to tweet at her." So Kami proceeded to tweet at me, going because we actually had our booths right next to each other, as it turns out. But you're thinking oh, she probably mentioned it on Friday, on Thursday, so they were able to we were able to chat next to each other, right? Because our booths were so. I'm jumping ahead a bit too much, but yeah, that was what happened. We both kind of just stared at each other vaguely, but I was just going you know what? I don't know if that was Sock's agency or if that was Cami or anybody, but you know what? What are the chances we're gonna bump into each other again, right? What are the chances? Cami, I'll just do it like that. What are the chances we're gonna bump into each other? Apparently very high, because as it turns out, so here's our booth, right? Here's our booth space. Oh no, I should probably do a better map than this. Okay, let me just go like this. Okay, so here's the map, the industry map, which I did not look. Right? There's various different things going on. So let's say we were right here. This is V-Fleet. Cami was right here. Cami's booth was right next to us. So you're thinking oh, since you guys are right next to each other, surely on Friday, you guys probably talked and was hey, are you this person? Nope, we didn't talk at all. We on Friday, here, I'll actually search up our booth, because I can share that doesn't we set up our booth. Copy image. So, for anybody that's kind of curious what our booth looks like. Oops, that's a very big image. So this is our booth. Is that drawing seat? Yes, it is. Hello, master. Yeah, so, I posted this on Twitter, and then Kami was like, oh shit! In her outfit, in her straight jacket, is like, oh shit! That is V Fleet. Because she was like, that awkward person who with the purple hair. Yeah. That awkward person she saw the other day that also suspiciously was glancing at her, going like she looks vaguely familiar. That was me. That was Munii. So we both, so she tweeted at me and I was like, ah shit, yeah, that is me. Oh my god, next door. So yeah, we were both like very awkward people. Two socially awkward people who recognized each other were like, oh crap, we were like, it was very funny. But yeah, like, yeah, if anything, I'm really glad that Kami was there, because like we were able to, like, I think I was able to finally like get to talk to her, because I didn't really get to talk to her that much during CarrierCon. So it was very, very nice of her to like to message me first, because gosh, what I have been to. I think it was mostly because like I didn't really talk to a lot of the talents of SVA, that I didn't want to be all like, oh, are you yeah, you know what I mean? Like I think I personally prefer if like talent reaches out to me, if that makes sense, because like I don't want to seem like I'm acting on behalf of the agency, and I don't want to be inappropriate at the end of the day. So I'm glad that she reached out, because it made me 100 times way more comfortable to be like, oh yeah, hey, like what's up, and like, you know, and stuff like that, you know, big interaction. I wasn't yeah, Kami, super sweet. But that's not the only person I met. Because you're probably thinking like, oh, Munii, that's probably the highlight of your week. Actually, there's also someone else there that I have been, like, mutuals with for a very long time. But, I wouldn't say a very, very long time. But, like, you know, we've been mutuals for, like, years at this point. It's kind of funny to think that we've been mutual for years. But, this person was actually, this person, she was actually one of the larger content creators that reach out to me, like, and that is, I'm glad I actually put a little bit more effort. She's a very smart and intelligent VTuber. And that is because she also works for Stoneforge, I believe. That is the incredible VTuber that is Pomato Master. So she was also going to be there. But I was just like, for me, I was just like, I'm a small bean streamer, so I'm just going like, oh, I don't know if she's gonna really, like, you know, really notice me. So it's just kind of like, okay, maybe if I will see her, I'll like maybe I'll say hi or something, cause like, you know, I think she's really cool and everything, and I'm kind of like, oh, like, you know, she, like, you know, with all her science and things that she's doing, I'm kind of like, oh, like, maybe I can, like, you know, just say little things to her, like, maybe, like, you know, and you know, maybe we could be better friends, and you know, hang out and stuff, and it'd be so cool. Someone was being shy. And then like she actually came by our table and she was like, "Hey, Munii," and I was just like, "Oh my god!" She actually remembered because I posted about being there. She's like, "I'm gonna visit you at your booth," and I was like, "Oh, you don't have to or anything." And she was like, "No, I'll do it." And I was like, "Oh my god, big streamer!" I was very flustered, actually, mentally. Because I was just going like, "Oh, this is our first interaction." I'm kind of like, "Oh," I was very much like, "Oh," in my head, going like, "Oh, she's talking to me." I love her science streams. Yeah, she's really cool. We've been mutuals for a while, but like, I've never really like had like a deep conversation with her, so I was just going like, "Ah," a little bit when she was talking to me a little bit. So I was like, "Oh, cool." I'm not sure she's ever gonna see this. Maybe I'll make a short about going like my interaction with like all that, but that's how I kind of felt when we first interacted. But yeah, like I'm really happy for all the things that she's been doing. Like, and I've said this to her also. Like, she's honestly, she is the first larger content creator that actually had reached out to me because I do have like other friends that are larger content creators, so it feels like less cold. But like, she was, I struggle a lot with like talking to content creators that are like very big in my head. Like, anybody that's like over like, I want to say like 5,000 or like in terms of like, and have really like established themselves in the community. Like, I'm always kind of like really nervous and kind of going like, ooh, and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So no, she's extremely sweet, and you know, like, I'm really happy for all the good things that happen to her, and like, you know, using her platform for science and stuff like that, you know, and like sharing her love for it. I've been kind of mutuals with her since back when she was still studying for her master's, and then watching her defend the master's and stuff like that, and then going on to Stoneforge is like, it's been an incredible journey for her, so I'm very happy with that. Or excited for whatever continues to go on for her, especially since she is also very big into charity as well. Anyways, so you probably think like, oh, that's probably your last interaction with Poem. No, actually, as it turns out, because like on Saturday, Bar and I actually didn't really know what to do for dinner, because like we're like, oh, because we're both like awkward nerds, so we kind of like, we don't really know that many people here, so we're kind of like, we're both like awkward losers, so we're just going like, oh, we can't eat with that AN staff member, because like they are busy all the time. So we're like, what do? We oh, sorry, I'm gonna shake it a little bit. We don't know anybody in the area, so like I guess like I guess we will go find somewhere to eat. And then when we went to like the restaurant, the bar that we went to the day before, because we actually ate dinner with a staff member yesterday, but now he's off doing other things. We went back to that bar, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, it's going to be an hour wait." So we did not go back to that bar because we weren't going to wait an hour. But they had pretty good food. So, we decided to, you know, we're like, you know what? We're just gonna, we're gonna go back to the hotel and eat dinner. So we sat down at the table. Oh no, so I should do it from my POV. So Bart and I sit down at a table. We just picked a random table, right? And I'm over here. And we're like, okay. And then... No, that's a terrible illustration. Let me just redraw this. If you love anime, you should come to Japan. I've been to Japan many times. What are some good, like, I want, like, I actually want to go to, like, a game and art convention in Japan. Careful, Munii. Big VTubers tend to eat small VTubers for energy. She's coming for you. She might be. Okay, so, actually gonna draw like this, okay? So I'm over here. I thought about it. I'm over here. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm over here. So here's my ponytail and everything, right? We sit down. Bar's right in front of me. We sit at our table. And then, why is sitting down here very important? As it turns out, I glance over this direction. So bits or teaching. I think Tokyo Game Show is the one I want to go to. Sorry, my English bad. No, it's okay. 大丈夫、大丈夫。私の日本語、本当に悪い。でも、私頑張ります。私の日本語、本当に、赤ちゃんレベルです。Sorry if I'm quieter. It's because I'm more nervous when I speak a different language, and my Japanese is very bad. But anyways, I looked at this direction. There were two people here. Well, there are three people at this table. What I believe I recognize as like a staffer from Stone. Staff of a Stoneforge staff member. There's also this person and this person. But I recognize this person. Why did I recognize that person? It was because it was a person I saw earlier that day. It was Poem. This is Poem. Poem was right there. Why are you guys talking as if... What are you guys talking about? Arigato. Poem was right there. Next to... Who I later learned out was next to... Tunana. Who is also a streamer, and was working as an interpreter for the JP guest actually, and they were having dinner with I believe it's one of the staffers from Stoneforge, but I was just like, oh shit. It's I didn't say oh shit as in like that bad thing, but like kind of like, oh crap, Poem's also there. Should I say something? And like, but I'm like, oh, I shouldn't say something because that's again, that's rude. Don't talk to just. I was like, don't talk to people when they're having dinner. Nah. Don't talk to people when they're having dinner. If they notice you, they'll come to you. I don't know. Like I was just like, I'm not gonna talk to them. Not because I didn't want to, but because I'm just like, oh, they're eating, and it would be so rude of me to say something. But I whispered to Bard, and I was just like, Bard, and he's like, what is it, Munii? I'm like, that's Poem over there, and he's just like, oh, okay. Like, do you want to say something? I'm like, no. So I kind of just like glance every so often to be kind of like to maybe like do like to do the awkward like hi like wave. But according to Poma, who didn't realize I was right there, was apparently a little tired. So they're like, they didn't realize until like, I think she fully turned in my direction just by chance, and was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize you were over there. And I'm like, no, it's okay, I didn't want to serve your dinner. No, but then I ended up getting to talk to Tunana, who's also like very cool streamer. Sorry, I should draw them all a little better after this stream, but like, you know, and also I'm so sorry, I believe they're staff member, but what we ended up doing and talking about, like, I'm across the table, like, there's like a walkway, there's like a full place where people can walk through. We showed up easily, just pushed our tables together, but like we ended up talking a lot about like old school anime, well, early 2000s anime, but yeah, like we had a lot of fun like chatting and everything. And then Bard, meanwhile, he's watching the game because he's watching to make sure the Knicks win. So like I'm over here. So yeah, we talked a lot about anime. Bart's just like, basketball. So that's what happened during that dinner. It worked out. I didn't need to interact too much after that. I really did. And then, oh! I completely forgot to mention this. Because, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna talk. I'll talk about that in a bit later, because like this is kind of like more fun to talk about. Just know that there's lots of things I'm forgetting to talk about in the story, but just know that was a funny interaction I had with Poma, with the poem of the masters. And then like I actually noticed that like the other day on Twitter that Poem actually mentioned that Poem like had like a couple like fan art artists make merch of her at Anime North. So during the one break I had, I rushed over to like get like the one acrylic because like I was like, oh, I'm going for a bathroom break, so I have to get this acrylic because I really wanted to like go to Poem and get her to sign it, because like, you know, I'm just like, it'll be the first merch I have of Poem that's also first merch of friend that I can get them to sign. So I was just like, Poem, please sign my my acrylic of you. And she very kindly did sign it after she came back from being very tired from doing charity stuff. So she's very nicely was able to sign that for me. And as proof, let me show you guys actually the acrylic that she signed for me. Copy right here. So here is the very nice acrylic that is made by Bowl, sorry, I should say. And yeah, I was like, I was gonna be all smooth and be like, I was gonna be like, oh, Oh, my favorite Canadian Oshi, please sign this for me. To be super smooth. Yeah, and she signed it for me. It was really sweet, and now I have a little present from her. And I also gave her some stickers. She also gave me some stickers as well, so that was really nice. What should I call you? 私の名前、Shoda Munii。Munii もいいです。But yeah, I got the exclusive Pomato signature in her acrylic, so yeah, I'm gonna really treasure that. That was my fun moments with Pom. And we also had, okay, every time like we separate, I'm just going like, oh, that would be the last interaction I have with Pom. We end up having lunch together the next day. It's also the same a little bit with Coat and Iris, cause like they came by our booth a couple of times, and we gave them some stuff too from our booth, mostly the stickers. But like they're such a lovely duo, and like definitely hope to keep in contact with both of them. Munii. Hi, Munii もいい。Munii もいいです。Moment later to this day, there was a strange lady following me. I signed her acrylic out of fear. Perhaps that is true. So yeah, we also actually like the next, yeah. So for Monday when we were flying back, we got to have one last lunch with Coat and Iris and Pom. And actually, I met one more person that I recognize from the VTuber community, but didn't really know like personally, but like I knew of them because I would see their posts a lot. And actually, I'll draw it out for you. So we actually went out to have yakiniku. But there was like a spot over here with like, so we had one AN staff here, AN. Bard was here because Bard and I ended up getting separated. So, but it was okay. Bard was over here, AN staff over here. Staff, Poems over here. Over here, everyone know Munii. No one knows me. I'm like the smallest person there, honestly. Like I am like the least talented of all the people here. Iris is over here, and then cool dude Coat is here. I'm over here. I'm right here. So I met one more person that I've actually seen a lot online before. I actually met quite a few streamers that I've like seen online before, and I'm like really like, I was like, oh, everyone's so cool, and I'm just like this lame like staffer. As it turns out, the person who is friends with the three of these individuals was actually, and I have to look up how to draw them properly, because like I know that they have changed their design a little bit. But no, I'm small. Also, there's a bunch of no, they didn't recognize me. Like I met Pom's the only one who recognized me because we've been mutuals for a while. But as it turns out, Aqua was also there. Aquaverse was also there, and he's I'm just like, oh, I've seen, like, because again, these are all people who are like really good. Like, well, I don't, Pom doesn't sing, but like oh god, drew their glasses so weird. But Aqua was also there. Pom. So that was my first time meeting Aqua as well. So like, I got to meet another pretty big VTuber actually as a result. Actually met another really big VTuber while at the booth as well. So yeah. So you're probably also wondering like, oh, what an interesting like group of like chat. You probably could all chat. We all couldn't like, so because of this kind of partition, we couldn't really talk with this side. So you're probably wondering what this side was talking about. They were talking about very normal things. They were talking about the convention. According to Bard, at least. They were all talking about like the convention and like stuff that happened and like kind of their experience and stuff like that. Meanwhile, on this very normal side of the lunch, because as it turns out, Aqua had a panel, where they were talking about a certain panel, or no, a certain well, how would I describe it? They talked about how their panel was about being a BL sommelier. And the two people who used to consume a lot of BL were like, oh, tell us more. And then Aqua was very excited telling us like what this is and how it went and their panel and the experience, and it was really funny and really interesting. So we got to talk about that. So that led into our entire discussion about, if you didn't see my Twitter, I kind of lightly mentioned it, like one does not simply go to yakiniku without talking about the complexities of BL and yaoi. And you're probably thinking like, oh, poor Coat, as the one non-BL super enjoyer, how like were they able to contribute to the conversation? So a black licorice sommelier. Hello, Swirly. Welcome in. Now I'm talking about how Aqua was talking about their BL sommelier. Because apparently you can be a BL sommelier. It's an official thing that you can do in Japan. It's just all the test is entirely in Japanese. So even if you are not a Japanese person, you can actually do it. BL for the one. Yeah. So like, this guy, you're probably thinking like, oh, what did he talk about? Was he able to talk about BL? He was kind of like listening to most of our conversation. So I turned around and I was just like, so, what do you like? Do you also like BL, or do you like Yuri, or like what do you like? And he's like, oh, like, you know, I like Yuri. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what kind of Yuri? And he's like, oh, you know, like the vanilla stuff, like, you know, like I like it when like they're happy and they like, you know, have like, you know, a healthy relationship. And I'm just like, you don't like the tragic Yuri? And he was just like, no, I like it when like, you know, nothing bad happens to them. And I'm like, you're so basic. You need to like the tragic Yuri. That's all what it's all about now, man. Women, we are, you know, just women are just enjoys of the drama, you know. Women on Aqua are just lovers of the dramatics. But yeah, I just looked it up and it was not black licorice. I mean, you could be a licorice, a sommelier, but yeah, it's BL, boy love. But yeah, that was like all the fun stuff. And but also, speaking of which, we also got to meet Swirly Eyes, and like it was really fun with all that stuff as well. And yeah, like that's all the stuff that happened. Well, there's more stuff that happened, and I feel like I'm probably going to talk about it more casually, but these are like some of the highlights I had for
for the convention just in general. And I know a lot of this was like random like doodles and like sketches and like stuff like that, but like, you know, I'm gonna be very honest. It was the... I haven't... I don't go to that many conventions nowadays. I'm gonna be very honest. Like, a lot of the conventions I go to, are kind of like, as an attendee over the time, like, it's interests me less and less, to be completely honest. So, going as kind of as a vendor and industry person, right? Like, I'm not sure. I think with a lot of things that kind of, and this is not to say that CarryCon was bad, right? I just had a more rough time with CarryCon and stuff like that. I think because it felt a little bit more high stakes with CarryCon, with who we were working closely with, and like not wanting to disappoint anybody and stuff like that. This was the first one I was really stressed kind of like going to CarryCon, not CarryCon, going to Anime North, because it was also the first time like I went to a convention and had to be staff for on behalf of my agency. So it was really scary, I'm not gonna lie, and I was actually really nervous going, because what if I made a lot of mistakes and the talents couldn't do their meet and greets, and what if like I messed up during the panel? Well, I kind of feel like I did mess up during the panel, but it's okay. There was a lot of... I'm very good at faking my confidence, like, with, like, social groups sometimes. But in reality, deep down, I'm, like, I'm always very, like, nervous and scared, so I'm really appreciative that, you know... I'm really appreciative that, that Bard actually came with me, because I don't think I would have as much of a good time, and I think like I would have been, I think that I would have, like, I was really stressed going to Anime North. I really was, like, and preparing for it all. So Bard being there really helped, and everyone was so kind and friendly. It made me feel really appreciative of everyone's kindness to me during the convention and stuff like that. So, you know, I really hope that for everybody that we met, especially regardless if you were like a meet and greet person, a meet and greet talent, or if you were like somebody who was coming to swing by the booth and just say hi to the many talents that we had. I hope that you know, you also had a fun time with V-Fleet and with me being there. I really appreciate everyone's patience with me in terms of like with the booth and with the panel, because I do think that it could have gone a little bit better for the panel, but overall, like, you know, I felt very welcomed. I'll definitely say that. I'll probably me. I'm sure everyone loved meeting you. Yeah, like maybe one day, like, you know, I'm not sure how many more conventions I'll go to, right? But I do think this was definitely one of the better ones I've gone to in a while. Like, I think, like, this is definitely one of the standout events, and I'm really happy that, like, you know, that I'm getting all mushy-eyed and stuff. Is mushy-eyed? Gosh, English, right? I'm getting a little bit mushy here, but yeah, like, I don't really venture outside. Like, I don't really venture that much outside of Bounty Hunterville, I like to say, right? Especially nowadays. And even when I used to cosplay, even when I used to cosplay, like, I think that, like, I think, like, it's not that I grew to dislike it, it's like, there was a time where, like, you know, I'm kind of like, oh, like, I don't know if, like, even in the VTubing world sometimes I wonder if I'm, like, really cut out for any of it, because, like, I've been doing this for so long, right? But VTubing has really brought me a lot, honestly. I want to just test something. Can you, like, time me out for 15 minutes? Metallic Panic. I can see if I can time you out for a bit, please. Just 15 minutes? At you. Call read. 1 second. Let me find which chat you're in then. Maybe you're in the other chat. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay. Pausing. Timeout. I'll put 10 minutes because there's no 15 minutes. Here you go. But yeah, like, 다이저브か? 다이저브. There we go. I'm also listening to other music. But yeah. But yeah, like in terms of streaming and stuff like that, like, you know, I've been doing this for so long, so, and then I will say that, you know, experience with like V-Fleet has been very, like, you know, like, I'm very appreciative, I should say, with my journey, I think, in VTubing definitely has been very interesting. It has given me, like, opportunities to meet all these, like, wonderfully talented people, and especially the most recently. And sometimes I wonder if what I do is important, or if, like, you know, if, you know, people, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's like when you're thinking to yourself a little bit about certain stuff, or like, if you're making an impact, stuff like that. But, you know, for what it's worth, I really do appreciate whether you came and saw me at the panel or at the booth, or you came for just like the let's start this over. Whether or not we met because like random circumstances, or it's because like you came by the booth, or, you know, we happened to pass by each other, know that I'm super appreciative of everybody that came by. Yeah, and, you know, and was very kind to both Bard and I during Anime North, because I think for Bard too, Bard's never been to, well, the only other convention Bard has been to has been on the West Coast, right? So I am very appreciative of the staff there, who were very kind to, first of all, pick us up from the airport. We appreciate Munii, yeah, and I know that, like, a lot of, like, again, I act confident and, like, very, like, well, I shouldn't say acted. I act. I act a lot more confident and like sure of myself during. But I'm actually incredibly like shy. So actually, I'm very like self-conscious. Yeah. So I'm very. I hope that like even if you didn't get a chance to come say hi to the V Fleet Talents or come to Anime North. That if that you know that you know in my way of like you know breaking at least some of the towns, helping the towns. I'm not sure where I'm going with this conversation actually. My brain just kind of like goes I hope that you guys had a fun time also with me being there and stuff like that. Like I'm not the most entertaining streamer, I know sometimes, or I don't always show it, but I do appreciate everyone just even stopping by. It's okay, that's how everyone feels on level, so we're all doing what we can. Yeah. I like how I'm trying to draw a little bit of Bard. How do we draw this a little bit? Because my jacket's so weird. Like that, something like that. But yeah, like, and again, I wanted to give a big shout out to Bard for coming with me because he really didn't have to. He's so supportive of anything I do, especially in the VTubing world. I can't say that enough. Cause like, you know, I know that like, my passion for VTubing and stuff like that, sometimes, it can be a bit much, I think. But, you know, Bard has never, like, complained or anything and has always been very, like, supportive of, whatever fun things I want to do. And I know it's not always easy, right? But, you know, he makes a lot of it possible, because I do think that if I were to go to Anime North by myself, I would not have had as much of a fun experience. I think that I would have probably struggled a lot more. So, I really do appreciate that, you know, he helps me trust the process a little bit when it comes to VTubing and finding my way a little bit. Yeah. And I know that a lot of people are going like, well, he's your partner, like shouldn't he? Well, you know, I think a lot of people don't realize how sometimes unlucky you can be in life with stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanna be a little bit appreciative of Bard and him just helping me at the booth. I know that he has expressed to me that he felt kind of bad that because he felt that he was a little bit more focused on selling art and not really super helping me with the meet and greets, but because he was at the booth, it actually created a little bit of an advertisement for the attraction to the booth as a result too. So like I was very appreciative that, you know, he was willing to lug all the stuff with us, just to make sure I could have like a good time at the convention. And, you know, he was definitely helping me stay calm and everything when I was, again, there was a time where I was extremely stressed with I don't know how to express it, but like with the just even setting up the booth, because like we were kind of a little bit bare bones. I feel like I should draw the AN stuff. Like, yeah, but if I do ever have a chance to go back to AN for whatever reason, one way or another, like, I definitely would consider coming back. I had a fun time, or maybe for other events. Who knows, right? But I hope that, I don't know, one day AN will invite me maybe back. Not as a V Fleet staff though, but who knows, right? But yeah, that's mostly what I wanted to talk about. I'm still a little bit tired. I also need to like rearrange my place a little bit more, because like we've been kind of like we kind of, well, I should say this, like my family was using my place temporarily to help, like, to for family members, so it's kind of not, I wouldn't say mess so much more as it's like, oh, I have to rearrange stuff now. But yeah, I hope that I made a good impression on a lot of people. But now I'm mostly like just doodling the friends we made along the way. I hope you don't mind me like kind of covering time with that a bit. But I think this stream might be on a little bit, admittedly, a little bit on the shorter side today, mostly because like I feel Coffee wants me to just pay more attention to him and not just be on stream all day. So I know tomorrow we're gonna be going back on to doing some, what was it, Kingdom Hearts, like finishing up that. Like that, I think, right? I should actually take people's color schemes. Maybe make him blue. Oh, I didn't draw the face. Maybe I should have done this entire time. Yeah, it's fun. Hope seeing you all again. Yeah, people should come over to my side though. Mapleland. I mean, it's been, I always feel like it's always been a while since I've had a fun experience at a con, right? I think maybe it's just because like my experience at CarrierCon was just not that great, unfortunately. I think it's because of, I was very stressed being a first time like convention staff, industry staff, if that makes sense. So like that's always going to be a bit different, right? But as long as like the talents, I felt like as long as the talents had fun, like it was fine. But this experience was very, very positive. So, you know, I'm really appreciative of that. Yeah. Are you going to beat up more colorful Disney characters? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm doing the prologue now. But yeah. Do draw like all there. Swirly, are you? When are you gonna be streaming? By the way, if people don't know, Swirly is thinking about going back into streaming for a little bit. Oh, I'll consider it later in the week. Hard to get into it. It really is like almost like a muscle you have to train yourself to do. That's kind of how it was for me too. I kind of wish we went to karaoke though. Maybe next time. Gosh, I cannot draw at angles, can I? I feel like I should draw people better. Like, this doodle's not going very well. Hello, Earth. What's up? How you been? I'm good. I just got back from a convention, and now I'm just kind of like doodling all the people I met. I really need to cut my dog's nails while I'm at it. But how are you, Earth? How was everyone's weekend, by the way? There's actually a karaoke place really close to one of the restaurants. Damn. Missed opportunity. Good, thanks for asking. Just come say hi to late, woke up early, so have a good day. I see went out with Amelia to eat hamburgers. Hamburgers? That's nice. I think I ate a lot of hamburgers once in America. Try thinking how to draw her. I feel like I need to redraw him a little bit too. I kind of like the faded kind of like how I kind of did it like that. Unfortunately, I can't draw like the AN staff because like they don't technically have VTuber models for me to draw. Just know that the AN may represent you. Oh, so man, Japan goes. Japan is 5 a.m. right now. Yes, some indigestion. Also paying for a new playing for a new job. Paying for a new job. Nothing. I actually don't know what that kanji mean. Kanji mo imi desu ka? Toto matte. これは意味は何ですか？Yeah. English. 眠る。寝るってI go down, count either a teacher or if that's wearing a security guard alongside a friend. Damn, that's a pretty big difference. Sleep? She's more of a maroon, actually. So it pays well for some reason. I mean, it's because you're securing people. Wow, I like how I'm gonna redraw Palm. I did a really good. I did a better job with Tuna. I think because I had a vision. Yes, Fog. So it's interesting option, yeah. It's 30% better than engineer. Depends on the engineer, I guess. But it's kind of sad if that's the case. Man, I'm so much better. You know what I should do? I should flip the screen. Where's the flip? Taking this all very seriously for just it's supposed to be a sketch. Currently finding something on the side about Star Wars. That's the only way to fight. Hmm. 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 Mm-hmm. That's hard to read. Maybe more like that. Again, when you try to do something as like a simple sketch and you're kind of like just really thinking it out. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should move Kami over here. Try to do this more. I feel like I interacted with these three a bit more. Hmm. Yeah, I think like doing this also kind of like shows how small the even the VTubing world is, honestly. There we go. That. Right, so the same as in Japan. Trying to think who else. I mean, I don't want to miss people. Yeah, Pomo. Mama, I should. Also need to draw Stoneforge. Because I really do appreciate Stoneforge. Because, some things did happen, unfortunately. But they tried very hard to help us. Trying to think what else. I should also draw the V-Fleet mods. I don't really know what to go by, but because they also visited the booth a lot, and I really do appreciate them. Like that. Yeah. And what am I on? Why is it always on JP? Yeah. I didn't really talk much about like the meet and greets. What's going on over here? Just kind of like a thank you message. Is that like a little Easter egg that only your type understand? The egg will be this. That's the egg. This will be the egg. Oh god, what is that? Okay. There you go. Like an oat. There we go. Trying to think of I didn't have to mostly yet though. But yeah, I think we're just gonna have to do a short stream today. Mostly because like I am still mostly covering from travel. But I hope you guys had a fun time listening to my rambling and kind of go into a small drawing stream. I will be trying to clip a lot of this because I do think I did have kind of quite a few fun anecdotes. It doesn't cover my entire weekend. I will admit. There's some things I didn't mention, but I will probably cover it like throughout the week, honestly. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for dropping by, everybody. Yeah, I apologize. I usually go on for like hours, right? But I felt today like, you know, somebody's really stinky. I should give him a bath and he needs more attention, so I shouldn't spend all day streaming like I usually do. But in the meantime, we will be rating into somebody because the Honkai Star Rail booth was diagonal from us, actually. But I hope everyone has a good day, good morning, or good afternoon. And I will see you tomorrow for more Kingdom Hearts, apparently. Thank you, everybody. Let's go over. Oh, wrong one, wrong. This one. Over here. Oh. And, over here. Yeah. Bye-bye. What?